What's up, everybody? Well, today I'm here to bring to you another vacuum that's in my vacuum collection. And yes, this is another Oreck. I seem to be picking up these things left and right. I don't know why, but this is another addition that I figured I would like to add. What I have is an Oreck XL2 Ultra. This is probably one of the more common XL2 Ultras. Specifically because that's what it says on the outer back, XL2 Ultra. A lot of people consider this one to be the actual XL2 Ultra. But there were some later variations that, even though they didn't have the Ultra labeling on it, they were actually Ultras branded by Oreck, even though they wouldn't have printed them. But anyway, this one I actually bought on Facebook Marketplace for about 20 bucks. And it came to me in very dirty condition. And this had the weirdest thing done to it that, for the life of me, I do not know what the original owners were intending on doing with it. There was actually a zip tie that was tying down the outer bag to the base because the bag dock assembly broke off. So I had to buy a new bag dock assembly and cut off the zip tie. But unfortunately, the holes are forever going to be there until I find a replacement outer bag for it that's period correct. I do not like those blank generic replacement outer bags because they just look so boring. So I decided I'm just going to live with that. But the vacuum is still in overall decent shape despite needing a little bit of work to it. But now that it has all this stuff done to it, here it is ready to make its big return. So now let's go ahead and give a walkthrough of the machine. This is definitely one of the more higher end of the Orecks, being that it has obviously the Ultra labeling, but also it has features like a 2-speed motor, meaning it has a low speed for low pile area rugs or bare floors, and high speed for regular carpet. I did also have to replace the power cord when I got it because the original one was frayed and nicked and torn, so yeah, this went right in its place, but you can definitely tell the plug is not original, for those of you who have a keen eye. But simple replacement. And this does have the Oreck's famous helping hand handle, which was designed by an orthopedic surgeon and has received an award for the Arthritis Foundation. So move along down here. We have your nice XL2 Ultra lettering right here. You have this gold piping across the outer bag. That does give it a nice touch, and even the gold lettering also adds a nice bit to it. Another thing I do like about this particular outer bag is the two-tone gray and black combo, along with the gold lettering, so it gives it a nice unique look. And of course you have your traditional diagonal Oreck lettering that has C-Lock Hypoallergenic Plus system, which is basically nothing more than extra filter material on the outer bag to help filter out fine dust. And this does very good in that sense. So we'll go ahead and show you the inner bag. This is running an Oreck CC bag system. It does have a brand new bag dock system on it. I am running the white bag dock because I wanted this thing to be as much period correct. I probably should have went with the black one so it would kind of blend into the caging on the back of the outer bag, which they put for, I don't know what, structuring material, I guess. But the bag dock's a bag dock. It doesn't matter. They both take CC bags either way. And yep, see, there's more of the zip tie holes that are forever going to be on this bag. And anyway, basically how the bag system works on this is you slide the bag collar in like that, and it'll hinge onto this little plastic latch. And what that does is when you remove the bag, it'll actually, a slider mechanism built into the bag collar will actually grab onto that and pull a little trap door shut on the opening of the bag so no dust spews back into the air. Because that's nothing you would like when you're emptying out a bag on an ordinary vacuum, is that the dust just spews back into the air you breathe when you're trying to empty out a full bag. So Oreck did that to alleviate that. So that is one nice touch that they have done to accommodate that, to make it more sanitary. So when you're done, just have it on the latch or the dock, and then just latch it back in place to make sure it seats, and then you're ready to go. And as we move along down here, you do have this rounded off XL2 style headlight lens, which is typical for the XL2s. It honestly looks a lot better than the rectangular lens from previous years, in my opinion. And I think as such, they did the bag clip on the bottom. They also did that curve to match. They only did that on the high-end XL2 Ultra models. So the original XL2s just had the straight design. And you do have also the gold lettering on the bottom for extended life, and the Oreck labeling on the top of the headlight cover. And now let's go ahead and flip this thing underneath to show you the brush roll on the underside. Right here is the original, or excuse me, not original style, I should say, but this is a replacement brush roll. It's something I threw in because the brush rolls are wearable items on this, so I figured a new one, it should perform at its best. So why not? The brush rolls are not very expensive anyway. You just grab one for like 20 bucks on eBay or Amazon, and you're good to go. The brush rolls are very soft, unfortunately, so it's not going to have fantastic agitation compared to some of the high-end vacuums that have stiffer brush rolls. But the thing I would like to call your attention to, even though it doesn't have very stiff bristles, the bristles themselves are very, very dense. So yeah, this thing will definitely do good for picking up things like deep down sand or pet hair or a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, this thing definitely does a good job in that sense. Of course, it's not going to deep clean amazingly because of that, so that's unfortunate, but it definitely does good for what it is. And it is a chevron style, so it funnels everything down into that center suction pass, so the powerful suction takes it away. And now let's go ahead and flip this thing over on its back to show you the model number. This is model U3980 H2BPDR. That's a very long model number. 120 volts, 60 hertz, 4 amps. Made by Oreck in New Orleans, Louisiana, USA. The serial for this, I believe the date code, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is made in 2004. If anyone knows for certain, please comment down below. But yeah, I do know this is old enough to be made in New Orleans, Louisiana, before their production had to move to Cookeville, Tennessee, because a hurricane destroyed the plant. But anyway, with that said, we will go ahead and give this thing a run. cord is pretty long. I think it's got to be about 30 feet in length. So it definitely does have a nice big long reach to it. So we'll go ahead and plug this guy in. And we will go ahead and turn this thing on and give you a demo of it running. Now, typical Oreck fashion, these things are pretty loud when they're running, so headphone users or those with sensitive hearing, I would advise turning down your volume for this part of the video. So, we're going to start it off on low speed, and then we'll work it up to high speed. There's low speed, and then here is high speed. May not be the most powerful thing in the world, but it definitely gets the job done. Definitely beats out Dyson's, that's for sure. Well, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed this video on the Oreck XL2 Ultra. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.